Welcome to loving yourself in the language that you understand. Please just allow yourself to settle into your body in a way that feels the most ease for you. We're going to be exploring what if self-care actually matched what your heart longs for? Just how you prefer to receive love and how to offer that same care to yourself. So just take a breath in and out and let your breathing find a natural rhythm that's the most centering for you. This meditation is about listening, not pushing, not improving, just noticing what feels nourishing to you. Please bring awareness to yourself as someone who has needs. This isn't a flaw, it's just part of being human. You may be familiar with the idea that people prefer to receive love in different ways. Words of affirmation, time, help, touch, symbols or gestures, or gifts. Without overthinking, notice what you tend to long for when you feel depleted. What helps you feel more replenished or grounded or reassured? Now consider very gently how you usually treat yourself. Is there alignment between what it is that you long for in terms of self-love or self-care, or is there a mismatch? And there's no blame here, only information. If it feels helpful, can you imagine offering yourself care in the way that you most need? If words matter to you, what does it feel like to speak more kindly to yourself? If time matters, what would it feel like to protect small pockets of presence just for you? If support matters, what would it be like to make things easier for yourself? Perhaps by reaching out to others for help. If touch matters, what kind of safe, comforting physical care could you offer yourself or arrange to receive? If symbols matter to you, is there just something little that you could get for yourself that would bring you delight? So please think about one small, realistic thing that you could do differently or better for yourself. Just something very doable. And let your body sense what it would feel like to receive that care. Resistance shows up, that's okay. You don't need to push past it. Just notice it with kindness. As we wind down, you might silently offer yourself a phrase such as, "It's important for me to care for myself in ways that actually help me." And let that land as gently as it needs to. Just gradually return to noticing your inhale and exhale. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Feel the support of the ground underneath you. Just coming back to the present moment as you feel ready. And would love to hear from you in chat or out loud. What came up for you in this meditation? How do you like to receive love, and how can you give more of that to yourself? I know that I crave spaciousness, and I really appreciate when others do things that free up my time. So when I was sitting with my suggestion to notice what would it feel like to give yourself more time. I could just feel my body relaxing more. Phyllis, what are your thoughts?
I'd like to share after the recording, please.
Totally okay. I was just looking at you and it seemed like you had something to say,
You read it right.
but totally fair to not be recorded. It helps the rest of us when you're willing to just share your thoughts. So, Shretha, I crave talking with people who understand me. This weekend, I recorded a long voice memo with myself to process something interesting that happened last week. And it was nice to be able to talk to myself about it without the influence of others. That's so interesting. I mean, in some ways, in many ways, we understand ourselves better than anyone else can. And sometimes when I'm missing from someone else what it is that I need to hear, I just write down what they could have said to me instead. And it's probably what they meant and didn't have the skill to say. And then I feel better. Matthias, connecting with younger parts of myself, listening to them and sharing joyful moments with them. I love that, Matthias. I think that's such an important focus sometimes, just tune into our younger selves and what it is that we need, because those are the most tender parts of ourselves. And it really helps to be around children, I think, because they're just so naturally infused with joy. Okay, Isabel, you're smiling at me like you want to talk.
Like Shweta, I really crave for talking, to be heard and seen, and it's about communicating understanding, um, um, being heard and felt and feeling understood, and vice versa. And yeah, that's seems to be for me a really strong longing. Yeah.
I'm just sitting with what you're expressing so clearly, and I really hope that you're getting that need met in our community
Yeah.
often. Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I just thinking about how one of the ways that we might be different from other communities is that we really focus on training everyone to be more attuned and responsive, both to ourselves and to others. I want to thank everyone for joining us today. And a shout out to our audience members on YouTube. Thanks for subscribing. Next week, the topic is healing what was and imagining what could be.